Hey weebs, welcome back to Any Cafe. We just got some bangers last season when I was busy jerking off to ReZero people are aura farming with Jino, and now that we are in April, at least by the time I'm writing the script, the hardest month for an otaku because that blonde chick who is not with us anymore, though it is the perfect month to watch Your Lie in April for most masochist weebs who wants to relive the trauma again and again. Even they are still not over from solo leveling and still aura farming, ignoring that girl who broke our hearts by not being alive in this month and jerking off to a dude with the sharpest and biggest chin in the whole anime world. That's how big of a deal was solo leveling season 2. And then there's us ReZero fans who were just happy that they get to watch third season of their favorite anime, which was kinda like our last wish. So now we can die happily with an erection that happened because this season was just too freaking sexy. You know what I mean. Sakamoto Days is an anime about what if John Wick have a family and instead of using guns, he never moved on from using pencil. It's a really awesome show, but I'm still disappointed about the fact that how short it was. Cause when the anime started getting good, they decided to end the first quote right in the middle of a progressing story, and now we have to fucking wait for summer season for the second quote. ReZero season 3 kept airing till winter season, and we are just so blessed that we get to start this year with ReZero. I need to get hospitalized because I was nose bleeding too much while I was watching this anime. Absolute 10 out of 10 show. A fucking masterpiece. From Bureaucrat to Villainous is an isekai villainous anime which has the most ridiculous plot even for an isekai anime, with the most unique twist in a villain story. A 52-year-old uncle who is literally the biggest 50-year-old otaku I've ever seen. This guy transformed his wife into an otaku, and naturally his daughter is also an otaku from birth. Otakuness is running through her genes. One day our uncle got hit by Jack Cone and gets reincarnated into the world of his daughter's favorite otome game as the villainess, who is a teenage high school girl from a noble family. Also, I forgot to mention that like any other thousands of other otome games, this is also a reverse harem. This is arguably one of the funniest shows of previous season, highly recommended if you want to watch something funny. Amekue Doctor Detective is a mystery show about a genius lolly doctor named Amekue who is obsessed with mysteries and detective work. She tried to solve various kinds of mysteries with her knowledge of medical science throughout the show, and if it sounds like Apothecary Diaries, cause it actually has a similar plot, but this show is based on Japan in present time. If you like your detective and mystery shows and movies, then you will love it. Highly recommended. I may be a guild receptionist, but I will solo any boss to clock out on time. It's a fantasy adventure comedy show. Now every isekai or fantasy anime has this little organization called guild, and every one of them have this group of employees called guild receptionists. Now every one of them needs to be a top tier waifu with big opais, which is a must, but unfortunately they don't get much light shade into their characters cause they are always there as an NPC like character placed there to do a particular job, and they also get that much little screen time. But this anime is about guild receptionist, where the main character is what a typical receptionist needs to be, a cute girl with big titties. But there's a secret nobody knows, that she's actually the most powerful adventurer, and just like Jino, she can solo any boss in seconds. Any isekai or fantasy lover will gobble it up. Tying the knot with an Amagami Sister is a fan-servicey harem romance comedy of this season, which started airing since fall season. It's about an atheist guy who moved into a shrine where 3 shrine maiden sister lives and immediately tells them that their god is fake. So naturally, they all wants to fuck him now. This is one of those fan service filled shows where every time the MC opens the door, there's always a naked woman on the other side of it. If you like your classic rom-coms like Love Hina or Tempuru, then you will love it. Also, the manga is really freaking good, so make sure to check that out too. 100 Girlfriends Who Really Love You Season 2 is a rom-com about a guy who has 100 soulmates, and if he rejects one of them, then that bitch will fucking die. So our Rentaro-kun took the liberty to fuck all hundreds of them and fix Japan's population problem by himself. This anime is just so good, and on a side note, the mangaka is insane and the manga is too fucking wild. Even so, the anime is keeping up with it and it's as much wild. There's this particular page in the manga which was everybody's concern about how they are going to adapt it, but in the anime, they just fucking nailed it. Even given the Watchlist appraiser class, I'm actually the strongest is your everyday trashy power fantasy harem show where the weak MC gets betrayed and thrown into the dungeon to die alone by his party, where he meets with this blonde elf chick who happens to be the spirit of all-powerful ancient Yggdrasil tree named Yuri, who for some reason falls in love with him. Then she made him overpowered and they both go out on an adventure to find Yuri's sisters, aka other Yggdrasil tree, and their spirits which are scattered in different parts of the world, and every time they meet with an Yggdrasil spirit, aka Yuri's sister, they gave the MC new OP skills which made him more OP than joined his harem. There's really not much of a story in this show, but you can watch it for the elf waifus and the overall overpowered MC if you are into these tropes. Okay, Sura fell in love with an Okinawan girl, but I just wish I know what she's saying. It's a rom-com about this guy named Teruaki who moves into Okinawa to study and instantly falls in love with his classmate Hina, but the problem is he doesn't understand what the fuck she's saying cause she is speaking Okinawan. So Hina's best friend Kana, who can speak in normal Japanese, helps them by being their translator, but nobody knows that she has a crush on our Teruaki. This was one of my favorite from last season and their love triangle is really fun to watch. Also, the slice of life and relaxing vibes of this anime are so good. This was the most underrated show from last season, so go and watch it. This show is really good. But if you're bored watching the same high school and middle school romance where by the end of the final episode they barely manage to hold their hands, then how about watching this show called I Have a Crush at Work, where the characters are mature adults who are co-workers and secretly dating and fucking each other. Quite often like it's normal, like a proper idol. Sure, if you like shows like Otakoi, you'll love it. The characters are lovable, the comedy is well executed, and they also have sex with each other multiple times even though it is off screen. Honey Lemon Soda is the shoujo anime of this season. For some reason we are getting at least one every season and I fucking love it. This show is about a girl named Ishimori who is extremely introvert and have problems interacting with her classmates. She falls in love with the most extrovert and coolest guy who is like any other male lead in shoujo anime slash manga. This is an extremely feel good anime with lovable characters. Shoujo fans will definitely love it. I Am Getting Married to a Girl I Hate in My Class is a really funny rom-com series about our MC Saito. There's a girl in his class named Akane who has reached the pinnacle of sundaraness and they fucking hate each other's girl. But unfortunately they got caught up in the scheme made by their grandparents who used to be lovers back in the day. Now they have to get married and fuck each other to fulfill their grandparents' dream. Basically do all the stuff their grandparents couldn't do. This is a really funny show and there's also a white-haired sister named Shise if you are into those things. Zenshu is an isekai power fantasy made by none other than Mappa Studios where an animator gets isekai'd into her favorite anime and she has the power of creating any weapon just from drawing it. It's just fucking wild and awesome. I won't spoil it too much, just go and watch it. Unnamed Memories came back with season 2 and finished adapting the final volumes of the light novel series and the ending was worth it. Season 1 ended with the most unpredictable cliffhanger that I didn't saw coming and this season just concluded every plot with the most satisfying way possible. Don't let this hidden gem slip through the cracks and watch it. My Happy Marriage also came back with the second season and although its name is My Happy Marriage, nobody is ever happy in this show. In the first season, Mio got happily married to Kudo, but nobody in their family was happy about it cause of that. So much sorcery and cursed shit happens. Kudo even had to burn Mio's whole fucking house down to rescue her where she was held captive by her own stepsister. And now in this season where everyone was happy, a mysterious cult of sorcerers showed up led by the fucking ex-lover of Mio's dead mother who was hungry for revenge. I mean, what the fuck? It's called My Happy Marriage, so just leave them happy for one fucking episode when none of this sorcery and prophetic dream bullshit happens. Everything aside, this show is a freaking masterpiece and the story is awesome and the characters are lovable, especially our MC Mio is just adorable. Mama also came back with the second season of Apothecary Diaries, which is still airing this season and there's nothing to talk about. If you love the first season, you will love the second season too. But the question is, was the delicious steak or really a frog? Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? So there's this really amazing seinen anime called Orb which aired during last season, which even got the seal of approval of being a masterpiece by gigguk himself, but unfortunately I still haven't watched it yet. But I watched this show called Bang Gym Ave Mujika, which is the sequel to the main Bang Gym series, and as a matter of fact it also got the seal of approval by none other than gigguk himself. This show is about cute girls doing cute things like singing and forming a band with friends, then getting into quarrels and getting disbanded, then coming back together with the power of friendship. The drama in this anime is just so big, I mean literally it's so good. The music is also perfect. The first season's music was a little rough, but this season's was a lot more refined. Not only the music, but they even improved the animation quality a lot, which is another plus. Well, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Thanks my Rishu for helping me with this video. Like, share and subscribe. Now I'm going to binge ReZero again, so peace out.